Welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited for this deep dive. We're going deep, deep into the world of centipedes,
Three.
right? Fascinating creatures.
Absolutely.
We've got some awesome excerpts from research articles, field notes, even some personal anecdotes. So, uh,
Looking forward to it.
yeah, get ready to be surprised
Okay.
because we're going to uncover some seriously cool stuff about these honestly often misunderstood arthropods.
Definitely misunderstood.
All right.
Like,
So,
yeah.
first things first. Picture a centipede. What comes to mind?
Well, I think a lot of people, the first thing they think of is just like tons of legs
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit of like, eek, get it away from me.
Well, not exactly the most beloved creatures.
Nope.
Okay, so let's start with like the basics, right? Centipedes, these flat, like elongated and surprisingly fast little.
They're quick.
Oh yeah, they can move. Creatures, they're all about efficiency. Each body segment has one pair of legs, unlike our friend the millipede, which has, two pairs per segment. And here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Most centipedes, predators.
Voracious predators.
Yeah.
They're out there feasting on insects, spiders,
Well.
even other arthropods. I mean, think of them as like tiny little exterminators.
Oh, what?
Just patrolling your garden, keeping everything in check.
That is amazing. So maybe instead of fearing them, we should be like thanking them
Right.
for keeping all those creepy crawlies under control.
Exactly.
But speaking of fear, I got to ask, those giant desert centipedes,
Oh, yeah.
like for some people, that's nightmare fuel.
I get it.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Break it down.
Okay, so they do have venom, no question about that. But it's not delivered like a snake bite, for example.
Okay.
It's actually through these modified legs. They're called gnathopods.
Gnathopods.
Gnathopods, yeah. Think of them like almost like pincers that inject the venom.
Oh, wow.
And for humans, this venom, it's really more like a bee sting.
Ooh, okay. Then like a deadly poison. It's unpleasant, sure, but it's rarely dangerous. Unless, of course, you have an allergy.
So no like giant centipede-induced fatalities.
Not that I've ever heard of.
That's a relief. But you mentioned a sting, not a bite. That's interesting.
Yeah, most people think of it as a bite, but it's really a sting from those gnathopods.
Gnathopods, right?
Yeah. And the good news is centipedes are generally like pretty shy. They're not aggressive.
Okay.
They'll only sting if they feel like really threatened.
So they'd rather just avoid confrontation.
That's-
That makes sense. But what about those centipedes that seem perfectly content, like living inside our homes?
Ah, the house centipede.
Right, the house centipede. I've seen them like darting around.
Yeah.
Those long legs, that speed, it's kind of freaky.
There's something else.
But they seem to thrive indoors. Well, the house centipede, they're like master adapters. They found a way to make our homes their home, especially damp areas like basements, crawl spaces,
Yeah.
where there's plenty of, their favorite snacks.
So like insects?
Insects, spiders, all
Okay.
that good stuff. And again, they're venom, not a threat to humans.
Interesting. So they're basically like providing free pest control
Well,
inside our homes.
in a way.
But what if you're not a fan of these little roommates?
Yeah.
Is there a way to like control their population without, harming them?
Absolutely. There are things you can do, simple things like removing debris from around your foundation,
Okay.
keeping things dry. Centipedes love moisture,
Uh-huh.
so eliminating that can really help.
That's it.
And if you need a little extra help, there are targeted insecticide applications, but always, always apply those around the perimeter of your house,
Right.
not inside. We don't want to harm other, beneficial insects.
Absolutely.
And really, the key is to focus on the source of the problem.
The food.
The food, right?
Eliminate the insects, the spiders, and the centipedes, they'll move on.
Wow, this has been so insightful.
Glad to hear it.
I think we busted some myths.
I think so too.
And maybe even like sparked a little appreciation for these creatures.
So fully.
They're more fascinating than frightening, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. And they play a crucial role in the ecosystem,
Yeah.
keeping those insect populations balanced.
Absolutely. It makes you think if they weren't around, we might have like a whole lot more unwanted house guests.
Oh, for sure. Imagine all those spiders.
Yeah, no thanks. It's really interesting though, like why do they evoke such strong negative reactions from people?
It's a good question.
Is it the legs? Is it the way they move?
Maybe it's just our primal instinct, To be wary of anything that crawls.
That's true. But I think we can all agree centipedes are much more helpful than harmful.
And if you want to be truly amazed, I recommend looking up some slow motion videos of centipedes in action.
Oh.
Their movement it's like poetry in motion.
It's mesmerizing.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of centipedes.
My pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.